Hello everyone, over the past few days I've been constructing this house, as well as this hill. So I'm thinking about my next task, and I kind of want to make this whole area more secure. I think the easiest way to do that, and also bring a bit of color into this, will be to create a farm as well as a lake/river that goes around. Right, so let's see, I want to start with the river, and I'm thinking of having a pond that starts up here. Then it flows down into that bottom section and goes all the way around. I think that could look pretty nice. Alright, I decided to go up by a layer. And with all this extra dirt, I'm gonna fill up this terrain. Man, it's already getting nighttime. Feels like it's going way too fast. Alright, I'm gonna grab some supplies and I'm gonna go into the mines. For what I have in mind, we're going to need some stone anyway. Yeah, until we have that lake around our house. I think this is where we'll be spending most of the nights anyway, because can't do much otherwise. On the other hand, it's not like we can do much in the house either. Alright, time to make an absolute ton of shovels and get back out there. I think one day I really should make a door for this place, man. Also, I grabbed a few wool and the floor is finally done. So now we can start working on the rooms as well, which opens up another project. Alright, it's time to go back to digging and actually have a interesting plan here. It's gonna revolve even more stone though. And also some thoughts of how this is gonna work. It's gonna be quite a bit of terraforming, that's for sure. Alright, with this I think you can already see what I'm up to. That's right, we're gonna make more cliff. However, this one has to be designed with an underpass in mind as well. Which of course we cannot work on right now, because it's getting nighttime again. God man, when is it at nighttime? And I should plant a tree down here, because if I'm gonna spend this many nights in this bloody mine shaft, at least I want some wood, man. So I can make more pickaxes. I gotta say, it feels oddly freeing. Oh. Every time I can open this bloody door. Ow, what the heck, man? You shouldn't be able to see. Alright, now that the basic shape is done, it's going to need a floor so the water can rest on here. And I want to have it go down as well, towards the middle. So it's going to be something, well, you can already see it, I guess. So it's going to look something like this. Of course, this has to be dug out still. And then I do want to have a waterfall come out of here too. Alright, that seems to create this fun shape. I think I'm going to keep it like this. Just have an open hole here. And then this can flow down into what eventually will become the main river. But as you can see, it is time to mine again. Alright, at this point we're going to have to figure out how large I want this river/pond. Because I don't want to have like a massive one. It's also going to have to go multiple ways because it has to go around. Alright, this is going to be absolutely enormous if I have to take all of this. Definitely going to have to rework some of this here. Well, I can tell you already, this is going to be fun to fill up. This wall is getting large. Alright, I dug out a moat around the entire area. This one might be a bit too thin. Yeah, let's just take 2 more blocks off this here. Alright, with that the main bulk is done. Now I just have to fill in the entire outer ring, and probably dig some holes in the middle, because I don't want to have the bottom flat. Man, I was digging for a while, and didn't really pay attention to the time. Spiders really want me off. I get out of this bloody cave. Alright, with that the entire outer wall is done. Now I'm just gonna have to go around and kind of fix up the terrain. Oh boy, it's already getting nighttime. I'm like 3/4 of the way done though, so that was pretty damn productive. And I'm thinking of making a little island here with a tree on top. The other side, and we'll have to work on that. I only did the inner side, so we could place the water. Well, I dug through to the outside. I guess that's good, because I haven't really been paying attention to the complete other side of this mine. Because that is the only way I can see that it is nighttime. Or daytime, I guess. And now we have another window. While we're at it, I guess I'll give you guys a little update. I started planting trees, and I think this is where I want to build a mine shaft all the way down. But we're going to do that some other time. I want to make it all look pretty. I want to put in a glass ceiling. For now, I'm just working on digging out the room. Look at this absolute coal vein that's in the wall here. And it keeps going too, what the heck? Made a new pickaxe and it's almost broken again. Just the sheer amount of coal that was here, man. That was 65 pieces. Oh my god. I don't know how rare that is, but that is crazy. Alright, I think we're starting to get a decent amount of cobblestone. And also the chest is full. So we're gonna have to work on a storage room soon. Alright, as the sun sets, I am nearly done with the basic shaping of the lake. After this, I want to add some more details to the floor. Put in some cobblestone, some gravel maybe. Just so it looks a little different than just dirt. I also started creating a little island. There's going to be a tree on that. Well, this piggy seems to be very happy with this lake. Or what is soon to be a lake anyway. Alright, with that I went around and dotted in a few gravel and cobblestone every once in a while. After we place the water, what I'm thinking of doing is adding some sort of rocks. Kinda like so, just along the riverbed. Here's hoping that infinite water sources are a thing. Fingers crossed. I think they are, right? Yeah, it looks like they are. Alright, good. Man, I was getting worried for a second. Well, looks like we're sadly not gonna get it all in before nighttime. But honestly, I kinda did not expect that anyway. However, that means in the morning, we should be able to finish this up. Alright, time to start on the next layer. I feel like we're gonna have an issue here. And then I said water seems to be working different. Yeah, it definitely does, alright. Dude, that's a pain. So it seems like the way water works is that it doesn't create an infinite water source on top of water. I've also noticed that my island is too low. That's gonna make this 5-minute project into another 2 hours. But I now have to painstakingly place in a bunch of dirt where I just dug all the holes. This will fill up the water, and afterwards I'm gonna just have to remove it all. I'm gonna see how much of this I can get done during the night, because it's gonna take ages otherwise. Well, a zombie got me pretty good. Took 2 pork chops to heal back up. Well, good news, it's turning daytime and I haven't died yet. Alright, I have the fun problem that I ran out of dirt, which means I can start digging this up. Alright, with some dirt in hand, it is time to continue. Well, look at that creeper right there. He was trying to get me. Alright, that's another chunk, completely done. And with that, we are in the home stretch, because that right there is where we started. Oh man, we're so close now. Well, as soon as we get rid of the layer, of course. Oh boy. Run away. I do not want to deal with the skeletons, man. Oh man, there's a bunch of stuff outside. Whoa. Okay, I need some heals. Is it safe to go outside again, I wonder? I don't see anything in the direct vicinity, so I guess so. Oh man. Oh, this is a real bad spot to be in, man. Alright, well, I made it out. I'm just gonna walk away a little bit, hope that he despawns. And there we go, he popped out of existence. Never mind. I guess he just popped out of render distance. Alright, with that, everything around the island has been dug up. And there we go. That side has been filled in. Let's get the water flowing. Look at that. It is filling in. And I want to have a little waterfall coming from that direction. Alright, sweet. Now, I'm just gonna have to dig this up. And then we can start on this area right here. Because, haha, you guys thought we were done? This project is never done. Yeah, making the river was a lot more brutal than I expected, I will be honest. Welcome to Minecraft Alpha, I suppose. A lot of things have been that way. Right, it's, you probably can't see it, but I removed all the dirt, which means the river is done. At least the water section is done of this bottom area. And let's start lighting up this area. That way there should be way less mobs spawning. Oh boy, I triggered everything, man. Oh, what's up, creeper man? Looks like he's stuck. And with that, we only have to fill up this giant final lake. Well, it isn't really that big, so I guess it technically isn't giant. But it is the source of where all the water is coming from, or kinda anyway. Right, let's hope that the grass will disappear. But with that, we have all the waterfalls and other water features in place. For right now, anyway. Right, next up, I want to figure out how this cliff line is going to go. Because that way we can decorate the rest around the river. For this side, it's going to be pretty easy, because I just want to have it follow... Well, maybe I don't want to have it follow the actual hill. Because that's going to look kind of weird. because it's going to be way too flat. That's going to be a decent amount of terraforming. That's what I can tell you already. But at this point, would you be surprised if I told you it was going to be easy? Alright, I think this is going to be enough for right now. Because now we at least know where the cliff is going to start. And that gives us some space to work with. For decoration purposes, as well as the path, of course. And I think first off I want to start with the bridge. Because I don't really feel like swimming every damn time. So let's see. That means I'm going to have to chop some trees down while it's daytime. You know what? I think I'm going to start on this forest. Because eventually it has to go anyway. I want to chop down all the trees. Get a bunch of saplings, and then just burn the rest of the leaves down. Alright, 60 logs, that should be enough, right? I mean, it's only a tiny bridge anyway. Did we run out of torches? I guess we must have. Well, instead of running all the way back, I want to start filling this space up here while there's no mobs around. And this is where I eventually want to have the farm, which means it has to be filled up completely. No spaces underneath the dirt. Well, we're gonna have a fun dirt problem. Though, to be fair, that was kinda to be expected, that we would run out. Alright, I granted every block that I think we could use for decorations. Which, well, let me tell you, it ain't a lot. Also, luckily, we do have a bit of dirt left in the chest. But that's certainly not gonna be enough for this back section, because that's gonna require quite a lot of dirt to level the terrain a fair bit, to where it looks more natural. We probably don't get to this anytime soon, because, that's going to be a lot of dirt. However, hopefully it will allow us to finish up this section here. Yeah, we're not anywhere near what I would like to have. You know, I'll admit, I'm not sure about this bridge design. I think it's just too flat. You know, I'm destroying part of the bridge, thinking I could use the higher slabs like so. It doesn't work that way. We have to stack them. Alright, well, I'm still not convinced this is a good-looking bridge. But it's better anyway. Alright, there we go. We got the path in as well. And we ran out of gravel for the path as well. You know, I think that mine is something we should probably start sooner rather than later. Because that should give us, hopefully, quite a lot of resources as well. Hopefully gravel, but if not, at least iron. So we could harvest stuff a lot faster. There we go. I want to have an offshoot that kind of goes this way. But this is how the path is going to go. Let's have a nice little bench here. Get some sugarcane around. And a tree, I think right behind the bench could work pretty nice. Some fencing, just to kind of make sure you don't fall in the water. Though I doubt this is really going to help that much. The thing is, it isn't consistent around the river. Alright, I want to do something that might be rather expensive. Yep, it's going to be rather expensive, alright. Let's make a little table. Because I don't want to have it just logs. I have to put signs around it. So we have a little picnic table here. I would love to get some light around here too. But let's use one of the jack-o'-lanterns. Yeah, if this tree grows, and the sugarcanes grow as well, I think it could look pretty nice. Now I could till the ground and plant some wheat. I might actually do that. I'm just not sure if that is gonna stay like that. And I kinda doubt it, because it's probably gonna get trampled. Like our old wheat field over there. Damn, the skeleton immediately wants to trample it, man. Get out of here, skelly boy. Pig, mate. Don't do it either. And I want to have a rate. Where the hell did that arrow come from? It might be that guy, but he just kind of left me alone, so I'm not sure. That also completely destroyed my train of thought. Now anyway, I was going to have a raised flower bed here. Do I want to have the torches on the corners? I don't think so. Just the back is fine. There's some creepers on my main island. I thought it was light enough, but I guess maybe the middle part isn't. The despawning of mobs works so weird in this game. Like, I haven't really walked that far away. But those creepers, they're just gone. Of course, we can't forget about the island. Though there's not much to do, to be honest. Alright, I think it's time to build up this cliffside wall here. We really should find a place somewhere where we're not really planning on building. And just strip all the land of the dirt. You know, I replaced some of the stone with dirt. I think that actually looks pretty good. I should probably do that over here as well. Because the stone, if you look at it like this, it looks completely flat, even though it isn't, because there's a block sticking out. So I think just adding extra textures helps out a lot. I would use gravel in there as well, but sadly we kind of ran out of that. Next up, I want to go back a little bit and then go up. And for now, we just have a couple trees up here, I think. What if we just have some water spewing out like so? You know what? There we go. We can have our gravel finally. You know, maybe this looks a bit better. And we have the gravel down there or something. You know, I'm thinking about what else I could place around here. Because I don't think we have access to, well, anything else really. Like any other block that we could potentially use as decoration, I mean. Well, not directly anyway. If any of you have any cool decoration tips, please let me know. Because we got a lot left to decorate here, that's for sure. Right, you know, I found a pretty good gravel spot right underneath our waterfall. Right, I added a couple rocks to the water, as well as finished up this path, or continued it anyway. We're gonna have to clear this out, and then I'm thinking of making just a passage, but there's also some water flowing in from this side. Looks like this tree grew, hell yeah. That does obscure quite a lot, I will admit. But I think that's also good, because it makes this more revealing, so you don't see everything at once. Yeah, you know, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. Our next goal should definitely be to set up a proper wheat farm, because we're definitely going to need more food, and I don't really like killing the pigs and cooking them. Not because they're pigs, but mainly because it takes a lot of coal. But I think first we're going to need a lot of dirt. So in the next episode, we're going to be working on the farm. I would have done it today, but seeing as this pond here already took like 5 hours, I'm kind of afraid how far these stupid ideas will take me next, because I'm thinking the next one could take a while as well. And if I'm thinking it's gonna take a while, that probably means it's gonna take ages, because I did not think this was gonna take very long. Nor was the hill and the house. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed. Again, please leave in the comments down below if you have any decoration tips for the alpha version. And I'll see you all in the next one, where we're going to be digging dirt and building a farm. See you guys then.